Racing. It's in our blood. From the no limits of Texas to the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3-truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
From the drop of the green flag. To green flag pit stops. It's in their DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. Laying down an entire season. Pushing the limits. We're made for it. Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jamison's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 car's going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron, 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helmlinger and Glenn Jamison neck and neck. We got a push on the inside, push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line, and the 10. Oh, the Garrett Helmlinger, I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger. Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
On it, but man, Fagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Fagone's going to bring it off the bottom out of turn 4. Can he hold them off to the start finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.
We win. Dover Motor Speedway, the Monster Mile WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series coming at you live. Pre-race interviews. We're going to talk to a bunch of these teams. We've got T&J Motorsports, 16-1 Motorsports, HJRM, the fan favorites with Hal Amy, and Evolution Motorsports. We've got a different selection of guys that we're going to talk to. But the very first interview we're going to go to is the team for the points leader, Rick Fagone, leading this thing on the reset. PSY Marsden. I hope you enjoy these following interviews. We got a great group of guys here in this broadcast. Just an excellent group of characters. Let's go hop in here with HJRM. You guys got 5 minutes of qualifying, so I'm going to let you guys do your pre-race, and then we'll hop back in.
Time for me.
So I kind of timed that wrong. These guys are going to take their qualifying real quick. We got like 15 minutes, and then there's a pre-race drivers meeting. We'll try to be a part of that as well. But my timing a little bit off here. Trying to do my best. We were supposed to go live at 8:35, and then I couldn't load ATVO. So that's a little bit on me. But as soon as these guys get done, we got Richard Holland going out here for a qualifying lap as we speak. So let's go ahead and ride around the track with him for a second. We'll see who's out there on the track at what time. But Richard Holland going out there fast. And I tell you what, Rick Fagone, he's going to be out there as well. These guys trying to get their qualifying laps up and ready to go. I know we haven't seen any qualifying this season, so this is going to be a first. Rick Fagone going to take it all the way down to the bottom on the entry of 1 and 2, and then slightly come up. They're going to dime in the corner, but it's very subtle on this out lap. Look at him coming out of 2. Got a lot of speed down back to the bottom in 3 and 4. We're critiquing every motion he makes. Really down low for 4. Off the corner. Here he comes across the line. Let's see how we have so far in qualifying. Rick Fagone with a 22.9. That's some confident driving right there. Richard Holland not even up on the board right now. That's one lap, and Ricky knows it's over with. Holland going to be in 3rd. And Chuck Sweeting taking it away with a 22.886. Chuck Sweeting on the pole as we come out. So everybody, I think, is wrapped up. We still got Vern Bradley out there on the track. Let's get around with him right quick. Vern's just going to pull it down pit road. There's your qualifying run. Let's hop back down there. I think everybody's qualified. So let's make sure we get to talk to these guys. HJRM, we're back. You guys all good?
Yeah.
I guess.
Chuck's just swiped it away there on the pole, but I tell you what, guys, it's been a great season here with this reset. We're looking at playoff time. Collectively, as a team, you guys have always talked about how great you work together as teammates and always have each other's best interest in mind. But Ricky, you're coming in here, points leader, one of your favorite tracks. You won here before. What's it going to take to get it done tonight?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me here tonight is going to be survive the restarts and survive pit road. Typically, I come out here and race my ass off during practice and then pull it back a few notches there during the race. So, yeah, survive those couple things, have a clean race, and hopefully we can come out of here with the point lead still. So, we'll see.
This question goes out to everybody. We've had multiple drivers that have had wins this season, and some of us have struggled throughout the season, but right here with this reset, it's make or break time. What does it take to get this done? And you just got to get some wins or perform at the tracks you can't?
I'm going to unveil my chrome bumper.
Everybody here, unveil the chrome bumper.
Survival. I like Dover. I like how we're starting, but I don't like how the season's going to end at Phoenix, so it really doesn't matter. I could win the next 3 and lose it all in the last one, so just survive.
For me, I just gotta
I just got to put together the whole race and not blow it at the end, you know.
Yeah, good finishes. I think, it's winning you're in, obviously, to the next round. So I think if you can steal a win, you're obviously locked in. But other than that, I think you're going to be able. There's going to be at least one person, I think, that will point their way in, maybe two. So good, strong finishes, complete races, no mistakes, and I think you can get it done.
So mitigate the mistakes, get a good finish. Troy, we've been watching you all season long, man. You've been a contender. You've been up in the front in the top 5. But yeah, like you said, man, you gotta finish. You gotta finish the race, and I think that's a good recipe. You guys got the strategy. You've been a team to reckon with. But Chuck Sweeting taking away that pole. Good luck, guys. Congratulations on the great season, and good luck tonight.
Thank you, Bray. Good lap, Chuck.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Coop.
All right, we're going to hop down here in T&J Motorsports. We've got John T. Wimbish, Michael McCauley, and Vern Bradley. Just before the race meeting, I just wanted to ask you guys real quick. We've got a couple different guys that are, having confidence right now. And then Chuck Sweeting nabbing away the pole from Rick Fagon, the points leader. What does it take here in this championship to get it done? You got to sneak some wins. What's the recipe here?
I think you just need to run consistently. As far as I look at it, top 5s is what you want to shoot for. For people to be able to run 5 races perfect, I don't think anybody can do that here. So everybody's so competitive, you got to be in the top 5. And on top of that, I haven't updated the points, but the points will reset at 0 for tonight.
10-4 on that. We've seen a lot of guys that have had bad luck this season that are still in the chase. They're still in contention. I believe John T. Wimbish should be one of those drivers. John, what is it going to take here? We've got five races left in this chase. What does it take besides the points so much as finishing? But do you have to change the way you race around teammates? Do you have to just push yourself a little bit harder?
You definitely have to push harder, but the biggest thing is no mistakes. And if the guys in front of us, people like Chuck and Rick, those guys, if they make mistakes, we've really got to capitalize on that and push a little bit harder, try to get a better spot here, maximize points.
Well, good luck out there tonight. Michael McCauley, you got anything to add to that, buddy?
I will not try to wreck anybody.
Try not to wreck anybody. Well, good luck out there tonight, boys, and glad we got this pre-race interview. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're in 16-1. Matt Egan, John Sanu, Dakota Floyd. You guys have been, I tell you what, I'm going to throw it out there. I've been broadcasting here at WFO for 4 seasons, and John, you just come on, man. You just came on. I don't know what you changed, what you did, but
the drivers meeting?
You just put it on. We got a pre-race drivers meeting, but we're going to completely disregard that. John, you've come out a long way here, and you've had some top 10s. You've had some top 5s. You were doing really good there at New Hampshire last week. What is it going to take here tonight to get that win?
Here at Dover, I think a big thing is going to be tire conservation. This track will tend to eat your tires. You really gotta find that balance between how far you can push the truck to keep speed, but not burn up the tires. Especially with the new tire format, we're going to have to skip at least one pit stop, one fuel stop without tires. Where do you take it? Do you do it early, late? Cautions are going to get in there and make it interesting. So I think it's going to be a balance of being fast, but not so fast you're burning up the tires. It's going to be I think it's going to be an interesting race.
We got about 6 minutes left. Dakota Floyd, Matt Egan, you guys kind of new. I haven't raced around you too much, and I've seen your names in all season. You guys have the right method to where you're starting these races, but where are we going to finish? What do we have to do to survive the Monster Mile?
I got to finish the race first. I'll tell you that for free. I haven't had good luck last 2 races. I had a good race in Vegas, finished second, and haven't been able to put one together since then. But I want to give a big shout out. A&L Foods, #1 in kosher, baby. And I'll get up to that driver's meeting now.
Good luck, boys.
Thanks, man.
Well, I'll definitely tell you what. I just got to keep her clean. Hope the tires last me the pit stop that I need them to last me, and I just need to finish top 10, get myself to the next round of the playoffs in one piece.
Well, be careful with the limited tire sets, Dakota, and good luck tonight.
I appreciate it, Brad.
All right, these guys are hitting a pre-race drivers meeting. We'll try to hop down with Chuck Sweeting. We had Chuck Sweeting and I believe it was James Lee in the truck tower. They do not have an actual team channel, so I was trying to move up to them on time. But yeah, pre-race drivers meeting happening right now. We have about 5:26 left before these guys cycle back to their original team channels. We'll try to get with James Lee and Chuck Sweeting. Lot of stuff going on right now. If you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, enjoying what you're hearing, make sure you hit that like and follow button. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. It's been a great season. This is season number 3 for me broadcasting. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're locked in. Resetting to 0. Your top 16, we're going to put them up on the screen as soon as we can here. Got to make sure we get it all correct. Got to make sure we get it all correct before we... Don't want to put the wrong thing up on the screen. So let me make sure before I click on anything. We'll get your points battle going on right here. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. Tell you what, Dan Lisa has gotten really hard to navigate, but yeah, as Vern Bradley was saying, this should be reset to 0. But here it is. As it sits, Rick Fagone, Chuck Sweeting, Burt Wilson, your top 3. Then we've got Troy Cook, Richard Holland, Ryan Beach, Todd Cleveland, John T. Wimbish, Keaton Tripp. And we're going to zoom in on this a little bit. See if we can get closer to what's going on this screen here. Get as close as we can. There we go. That's nice and big for everybody to see. So there's your top 16. Your points leader being right here. Then we've got Chuck Swing, Burt Wilson, Troy Cook, Richard Holland, Brian Beach, Todd Cleveland, John T. Wimbish, Keaton Tripp, Glenn Jameson, Dakota Floyd, John Sanu, Vern Bradley, Jacob Daniels, Larry Dickerson, and Kyle Stewart's going to round out your top 16. Hal Amy just missing the cutoff, I believe, by 4 points there. So there it is, right there in front of you. So we go around the blimp camera. Some of these guys still out there on the track, getting some practice laps in. Take it up high. Nation 01 flying that blimp around for us for a consecutive 3 weeks in a row. He hasn't crashed it yet. The blimp is filled with helium. I just want to clarify, not hydrogen. We don't want to set him up for failure. Let's see if we can grab James Lee. We're in the truck lobby right here. All right. Looks like pre-race drivers meeting's over with James Lee, Chuck Sweeney. You guys got a copy? Got about 2:16 left. James Lee, anybody?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so we were doing some pre-race interviews. I just missed you guys before the pre-race drivers meeting. So we were talking about all the things, the strategies, all the different things that are going to go on in this race. We've got a lot of people in here that are locked in, that are still in this race tonight. What is it going to take to get this championship underway?
Well, I know I've missed races. I'm going to try to stay out of people's way. I don't want to miss up anybody's chance in the playoffs, so I'm just going to cruise and just have fun. I've had some trouble with my wheelbase a couple of weeks ago, and I finally figured out what was wrong with it, so I'm just going to have some fun, and hopefully Chuck will win.
Well, we're driving the Concrete Monster Mile, and Chuck Sweeting, you were able to nab away that pole with a .036 gap over Rick Fagone. Chuck, you're locked in here tonight. What does it take, man?
It just takes staying out of trouble. Try to be, decent on speed and get to the end of it, and try to be up front at the end. The qualifying, I was a little bit slower than I expected, and I think maybe everybody was. Maybe the track changed because I didn't really think that was going to hold on for the pole there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like this track a lot. It's a lot of fun. So it's tricky though.
Well, we have some of the guys that are normally in here. The 26 of Keaton Tripp not making the grid tonight. Does that kind of change your mindset? We know that Keaton's been really competitive the last couple weeks.
Yeah, he's always competitive, but there's several others that are competitive too. It'd be just as tough to beat, so it doesn't really change anything for me. Ricky's really fast. John, Richard, Vern, they're always really quick. So there's anybody can still beat me tonight. So we just have to try to bring it home, like I say, and get the best finish we can, rack up as many points as we can, and then move on next week.
Perfectly timed, getting ready to grid. Good luck tonight, boys, and take it home.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, there we are. We got them all. Chat. We did good. And, pre-race interviews. Getting ready to go down there and grid. I'm going to pull Discord across the screen. I know you guys aren't going to like it, but there it is right there. I'm going to swipe it right there, and we're going to downsize it. All right, here we go. Getting ready to grid up here. Chuck Sweeting starting on the pole. There he is up front. If we can get a right camera angle, there it is. There it is. There's just no good camera angles here at Dover. Let's make sure we get that up there. So starting on your pole right now, Chuck Sweeting. Putting it up. Don't know why I don't have telemetry here. But we're just going to go ahead and put the qualifying lap up there. 22.886 for Chuck Sweeting tonight. He's going to best Rick Fagone by 0.06 of a second. Let's take you through your grid. Starting on the front row, side by side, your points leader, and then Chuck Sweeting. It's going to be tough. Monster Mile. And then we have no second row at all. John Sanu, Richard Holland going to be in that second row. There's John Sanu. There's Richard Holland. Row number 3, Vern Bradley. John T. Wimbish. Going to start 5th and 6th position. Moving on back to Troy Cook, Burt Wilson, 7th and 8th. And then rounding out your top 10, we have Hal Amy and Dustin German in the 54 machine. 11th position, we have a name that I'm not familiar with. I might have said at some point in this season.
What was that, Glenn?
Let me make sure.
Can you EOL me?
Trying to get chat to work right here. Trying to turn it down, but it's not working. All right. Anyway, we've got in 11th position, Chad Meadows, Michael McCauley. Moving on back here, Brian Beach to Todd Cleveland in 14th. 15th position, Dakota Floyd, Matt Egan. In the 02, James Lee in the 43, Christopher Spencer in the 11, 18th position. Raymond Herdina and Craig Learman, 19th and 20th. Corey Cook, that's a name we haven't said much this season, 21st spot for him, and Richard Springer. Then rounding out your field, 23rd, Glenn Jameson here tonight. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series brought to you by Amy Contracting. Up there on the screen. Make sure you guys hit that like button while you're watching this broadcast. Chuck Sweeting going to lead him off here. About to hit the loud pedal. Pace car pulls off in the Geico restart zone about 100 feet away. There's the line. Green flag is out, and we're live. Twisted Tuesday Truck Series at Dover.
Sorry, that was fun.
So there's Chuck Sweeting going to lead lap 1. Comes off the corner really good. And let's look back here on the gearbox. He's got Rick Fagone back there in second position. John T. Wimbish all the way to the bottom of the track here. He's going to get around John Sanu and move up to the 4th position very quickly. Sanu falling quick. He's all the way back to the 7th position. Hal Amy now taking the fight to him. I don't know if John got up into the wall. What happened to him? Let's look at the on board with him real quick. He's got a little right side damage. Looks like he might have tagged the wall there. All right, guys, we're going to have to fix this chat here at some point. These guys out here are communicating on the track, and I can't fix the volumes. I don't know why. But nothing is working on my arrow keys to try to hotkey this. I have no explanation as to why. But after lap 1, Chuck Sweeting, he's under fire. I'm going to have to take care of this. I don't know what to do with it. I tell you what, page up, page down, that's all working, but the hotkeys are not, and I don't know why. I don't know if iRacing reset all my settings for hotkeys. We had back and forth for volume, and you know what? I set these hotkeys to make sure that the volumes work correctly, but after lap 6, Chuck Sweeting's still up there in the front, being chased down. Rick Fagone in 2nd position, and we got a yellow.
Kind of walk me through a lap here, please.
All right, we've got Todd Cleveland back here spinning out on the backstretch. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle of what happened to him. Gets a little contact from the 22 of Craig Learman. And there's not a lot of room here for a car to go off the racing surface, that backstretch. Crazy. We're going to burn it down with fire here. Let's try this one more time. Get back, I'd say 15 more seconds. They're going to come off of turn 4 completely sideways. We have the 22 of Craig Learman that's right on board with him. Just a little bit of contact there. All right. So there's your instant replay. I'm going to try to fix these screens. I apologize. These settings are not working correctly, and this is not going to work. So let's see if we can get the sound worked out here. Take the chat down. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Everybody in the chat. Everybody going to top off with fuel here as we quickly come off of pit road. Timing and scoring, everything all over the place. What's going on here? I've got all kinds of computer problems here tonight. But Chuck Sweeting going to be your leader as they exit pit road. And a handful of things going on out here on the track. You saw Rick Fagone. Maybe he had a speeding penalty. He's back here to 12th. He went from 2nd to 12th. He was the first car to pit. Okay, so some of these guys electing not to take fuel. Ricky going to be one of the first cars that does top it off. And then Troy Cook, Burt Wilson, Matt Egan, everybody from 12th back electing to hit that pit road, top off with a little bit of fuel. It looks like the 70 of Burt Wilson going to top off one more time. We got Uncle Bill in here, Bill Spencer. We'll show you where the 3 car is running. He elected to pit. It looks like Hal Amy might have accidentally taken tires here on this stop. He's not the only one, though. Richard Springer also in the 21 taking tires. But we're getting set to double up here, and I think you want to save those tires. You got to be careful here with your pit strategy. All right, lap after lap, you're going to see a battle here. 1 to green. Pace truck about to pull off. We're going to ride on board with Chuck Sweeting. Your pole sitter started in first, running in first. And let's show you what this restart looks like with the helmet camera.
Green.
Back underway here for the second time tonight. Lap 10 out of 165. A lot of cars out here on the track tonight. John T. Wimbish sneaking up there to the second position. On board with him right now. He gets around Richard Holland, takes that second spot away. Vern Bradley in the fourth spot in the 14. We have a yellow. Dakota Floyd's going to lose control here. Let's go back and see what happened to him. He's got it's smoking and broken. So we're going to burn down with what? With what, chat? I believe that's going to be fire. All right, we're going to back it up a little bit more. We missed just prior to this. The 11 down to the inside. We got the 28. There's a little bit of contact down the back straightaway between the 28 and the 24, and just enough to get him set down into the inside wall. And that's going to pop the engine a little bit. Let's go on board with the 28 machine and see what happened. This is Chad Meadows. It looks, I don't know if you could blame that on the 28. Let's go on the blimp camera. Let's go on the blimp camera. Maybe, nope, let's go with the chase camera. Let's go with a far chase camera and hit that instant replay button. I don't think you could blame this on the 28 here. It looks like maybe the 24 came down on the front straightaway. Let's see. We're just inside here. Yeah, it's just a couple guys going for the same piece of real estate on that exact moment. So there it is, caution number 2. And these guys going to top off with fuel. You've got a few different guys, Corey Cook, Craig Learman, all coming off of pit road. James Lee going to be out there as well. Glenn Jamison, Burt Wilson. So a little bit of strategy. I mean, we have these early cautions. They can bail some of these guys out. But staying out there so far, your top 7 or 8 cars have stayed completely off the pit. And that might hurt their fuel run. I don't know. Kind of stand on their strategy from pre-race of what's going to happen. They have a little bit of a cushion. It's a very small track. 1 mile. Go back out here to the blimp camera and you can take a look. It doesn't take but 22 seconds to get around this place. Very quick. You're waiting for Nation to make fire with the spaceship. Well, we're doubled up. Pace truck about to pull off. Chuck Sweeting, John T. Wimbish, Richard Holland, Vern Bradley, and Brian Beach, your top 5. Field's getting ready to tighten up here. A lot of names out here that we've talked about all season long. And it comes down to these last 5 races. There goes the pace truck on its hard left-hand turn. Sweeting down to the bottom. He has controlled the restarts, and this will be no different. Let's see what kind of jump he gets, and green flag is out. Here we go. Richard Holland already getting to the jump on the inside of John T. Wimbish. Going to take it to the bottom of 1 and 2. Brian Beach gets around Vern Bradley just behind him. Going to make the pass on the exit of 2. Brian Beach not quite clear of Vern Bradley. There he goes into 3. He's able to get to the bottom. Raymond Herdina up there in the top 10. He gets a little bit out of sorts here, but down to the bottom, perfectly done. That Rainer machine looking for a top 5 there. He sneaks to the inside of Vern Bradley, down to the bottom now in 3 and 4. Side by side off of 4. Can't quite get the run. The outside seems like it's getting a little bit better speed on the exit, but deep down into 1 and 2. And he's going to get 5th position. So Raymond Herdina up into the top 5. John T. Wimbish in 3rd. He had Brian Beach peeking to the inside there in 3 and 4. Now he's making a run at Richard Holland. Down to the bottom there. Both these guys right on the bumper of Chuck Sweeting. Up here in the top 10, you got Hal Amy running in the 8th position, right up on the bumper of Christopher Spisser, and he's got, oh man, not a lot of room there on the entry at 3 and 4. Vern Bradley really under fire here, just outside the top 5. And we got a car scraping the wall there. I believe that was the 15, Raymond Herdina, and he's going to lose a spot now with all that momentum lost. Vern Bradley down to the inside. Sucking it down low, hugging that bottom groove. You can see the asphalt versus the concrete. Vern gonna get it by. Oh, we got contact. We got contact with the wall again. The 15 tags it one more time. And that's gonna open up the door for Christopher Spencer to get to the bottom. Now Amy's gonna move down. 15 car falling fast. Herdina was up there in the top 5. He's going to fall all the way back to the 8th position. Almost contact between the 51 now as they go into 3 and 4. Yeah, it's definitely something to look forward to, how small this track is. But I tell you what, there's a lot to be said about the Monster Mile. It is a technical place. You got to diamond those corners just right. Get down to the bottom of the entry, and then look at how Chuck Sweeting and Richard Holland are moving around this place. Low entry into 1, high in the middle. Watch him scoot up the track a little bit and then diamond the exit. Down to the bottom, back out on the exit. Stand away from that exit wall. And that's just perfect right there from Chuck Sweeting. And on board with Richard Holland in 2nd position, chasing, trying to catch that 75. Loading that throttle, working it perfectly. Brian Beach in 3rd position, having a great race here tonight. Started back in 13th, all the way up to 3rd here, and 25 laps into this race. Brian having an excellent day. Back to your 5th place driver is under fire right now by Christopher Spencer. Down to the inside on the exit of 2. Al Amy trying to sneak up there on the outside. Pinched that 11 down a little bit. Here comes a pass from the 3. Or into the wall, I believe it was Wimbish there as we entered 1 and 2. Al's got a little bit different technique in the corners. He's coming in a little bit high and exiting low. A little bit peaked to the inside, but I tell you what, that 3 truck looks really fast. Here he comes down to the bottom in 1 and 2. Just got the nose of the inside of the 11 for a second there. Wimbish up the track. Now we're side by side. 2 cars in front. Amy's going to get the pass, and he's up to 6th now. In front of him, Wimbish now. That 56 truck looks like it's struggling a little bit here as we get the run to progress. Amy's on the verge of going up into the top 5. Shaping up another battle here for the 5th position. Amy down to the bottom. He's going to complete the pass, I do believe. He's clear, just going into 3 and 4. Barely gets by, and here goes, we got a caution. Richard Springer. Big wreck here on the backstretch. Glenn Jameson involved. Todd Cleveland involved. And you know what that means, chat. A little bit of fire. All right, let's go back. We're going to ride on board with the 63 at Glenn Jameson here. Wreck happens right in front of him. 21, Springer gets involved. Oh, and he gets checked up. 63 just barely gets him. Oh, he just clipped that inside wall, and it was so close. So close there. He just about missed the access gate. Let's go back to TV1, hit the instant replay one more time. We had the 21 of Richard Springer. We're going to go down the backstretch with Todd Cleveland, the 15, who has fallen all the way back to about the 15th position here. Gets into the back of the 15, gets a check up. 21. Oh, the 15. And Ally Bank in the way there. One more time, we're going to take it down the backstretch. You see the checkup by the 15. The 21 gets into him. Todd Cleveland not ready for that. He gets a hard clip there. Let's ride on board with Todd Cleveland. Just such a subtle checkup, but it's all it takes. And then a car bouncing off the outside wall. Cleveland getting slammed several times into the wall. Just locks it down. That's going to be caution number 3 here today at Dover. Michael McCauley electing to stay out to get a lap led. He's going to come back down pit road. That means Chuck Sweeting back to P1. Holland trying to chase down Chuck Sweeting. We go back up here on the track, and I tell you what, nobody's had anything for this 75. He's led 30 out of the 33 laps, 31 now. Some of these guys sneaking some laps on pit road. We're getting ready to double up again. So fast what happens here at Dover, especially on that backstretch. If you look here on the nose camera, you're basically going into a tunnel. When any of these cars start to wreck, it's so tough to navigate because usually tracks have a little more runoff. They can go down to the inside. There's a little bit of leeway down there at the bottom, but Dover has a high infield, so they've never been able to construct an inside pit wall that's any lower than that. That's always been the case. That's how they leveled out the track years ago, and it's poured with concrete. I wouldn't want to be the person to tear that out. But here we go, getting ready to go. Green flag again. Pace truck is off. Chuck Sweeting getting ready to hit the loud pedal on the bottom. Richard Holland, Burton Bradley, Hal Amy, John T. Wimbish, your top 5, and there goes Chuck Sweeting. Here's a pass right here down to the inside. Wimbish gets up there to the 4th position. Hal Amy trying to hold on to 5th. Amy's going to hold on to it. He's going to hold off Troy Cook, a teammate, but Dustin German getting up on the bumper of the 51. A lot of passing going on back here. We got some guys back here battling. We had the 43 get around. There's a battle right there, about the 13th, 14th spot. Corey Cook, the 22 in there as well in the mix. Johnson New, all under fire. The 22 of Craig Learman down to the bottom. Oh, we got a check up there. Rick Fagone. We started outside the pole. Let's look back from his camera. Got a lot of guys diving to the bottom, trying to get around. Craig Learman's going to take the position away. Rick Fagone, who elected to just take fuel, he's fallen off, and the 15 tags the apron here. It's utter chaos. Some of these guys, side by side, Wimbish, Cook. This is for the 6th position. Some of these guys electing to take fuel only might be regretting it as we work back. This is outside the top 10. The 54, Dustin German, Craig Learman. Wow, these guys on top of each other. Learman gets to the outside of Wimbish. Now we're almost 3 wide here at Dover. 3 wide into 1 and 2. These guys getting through it. Nicely done. 28 down to the bottom. Chad Meadows into the 9th position. 15 trying to sneak his way back up there in the top 10. Utter chaos back here for the 10th spot. These guys racing hard. You can tell it's chase time. These guys trying to get positions, and they're still going at it up here and just in front of the 11. Almost 3 wide again out of 2. That 28 car, Chad Meadows, is moving through this field. Craig Learman gets around. Look how fast he's going. All the way down to the bottom now for the 28. Chad Meadows is struggling here a little bit. He tagged that inside wall. He got really close to the pin entrance. You're seeing some of these guys look like Superman on those fresh tires. Craig Learman moving fast. Oh, Hal Amy tags the wall. He's in 5th position right now. Off the exit of 4. He's going to lift off the throttle. Take it down to the bottom in 3 and 4. There goes the 22 of Learman now. Amy's going to fall back a little bit. He's struggling. Don't push it too hard, 3. You got plenty of time. You're on older tires. Just take your time. Raymond Herdina going to get around for the 6th spot. If you guys are watching this 3 car, he is following a little bit, but he did not elect to take tires, and that's going to hurt him here. Hopefully we have another caution to bail some of these guys out. Like you've got Rick Fagone back here in the 11th position. Brian Beach, your leader, though. We had all that action, and Brian Beach on those new tires gets around Chuck Sweeting, and he's leaving him, walking it away. 2.1 seconds here for Brian Beach. So we'll go through your top 10 right here. Brian Beach, Chuck Sweeting, Richard Holland, Craig Learman in the 22, Raymond Herdina, Chad Meadows, Vern Bradley, Hal Amy, Christopher Spencer, and Dustin German. Going to round out the top 10. Look back there. There's nothing to be seen. Chuck Sweeting falling off, but as this race goes green, this is what these guys didn't want, was a mix-up. Holland back in 3rd. But he's got Craig Learman on fresher tires, catching up to him. Little brush with the wall by the 75. So you're seeing these fresh tires start to prevail. They're getting around Richard Holland. He's going to fall back to the 5th position here. Chad Meadows is going to get around him. Back to 6th now for Holland. And I'm looking at the timing and scoring. Everybody except for Chuck Sweeting in that top 5 has fresh tires. These guys elected to pit and take 4 of them. It'll balance out later in this race. You see the tire strategies with what WFO does. You have a limited tire set, so some of these guys electing not to take 4, they're going to find themselves having that extra set of tires maybe later in this race. When this splint comes, it could come down to whoever has that last set, who can get it done. If you look back at Richard Holland, he's chasing down to 75. I say as it all cycles out, Brian Beach is pulling away. He was in the catbird seat here. And he is 4.1 seconds ahead of your leader, or your second place, Craig Learman, who also has fresh tires, but is he going to be able to catch up to him? A lot of racing left to be done. Lap 50 out of 165 coming up. Your top 3, Brian Beach, Craig Learman, and Chad Meadows. Vern Bradley back here in the 7th position. Let's ride on board with him for a little bit. He's about 2 seconds back from Richard Holland here, but he had a lot of cars to pass on this restart to get back where he was. And he elected to take fuel as well. Dover is just such a tough track. You can see how close they get up to the wall there on the exits of the corners. Fan favorite Hal Amy running in the 12th position currently. Started in 9th. He's fallen back a little bit, but again, let's chalk it up to the tires. Little lift out of the throttle. Looks like the 3 car might be getting a little bit tight on the exits. 61 to Corey Cook. He's going to go up here and battle maybe for the 10th spot. He's trying to chase down Rick Fagone. All right, so as it sits right now, Brian Beach, your leader. Back to the top 10 is Rick Fagone, who started outside the pole. And your points leader right now struggling a little bit. Not completely a dire situation for the 10. He can get back up there. He's got a lot of time for it. We still have over 100 laps left to go in this race, but Corey Cook right up on the bumper here. Here's a dive to the inside for the 61. Side by side into 3 and 4. And he's going to get by him with ease. Corey Cook up in the top 10. Let's see if he can go up here and chase these boys down. Dustin Germain in front of him. Christopher Spencer and Vern Bradley racing side by side. Well, some of these guys got a little bit older tires than the rest. Corey Cook's got 26 laps on his tires. 27 now. Vern Bradley on 26, but I'll tell you what, it looks like maybe the 14 is struggling a little bit here on the outside as he's got Rick Fagone, Corey Cook getting around him. This is just inside the top 10. Still side by side in 1 and 2. Able to get clear of him and now put Rick Fagone up to 9th position. Brian Beach has walked away. Just put the 56 of Wimbish down a lap. And Richard Springer will be the next one. We saw Richard Springer struggle a little bit here tonight. He got caught up in that second caution and third caution. So the 21 has a lot of damage on that right front. The whole right side of that machine torn off. Currently running in the 19th position. Tough break here, but he's going to pull it down pit road, and he almost locks it up. He's going to slide into pit road and barely gets it down to speed. Let's take an instant replay of that. Let's ride on board with him. He's going to lock it up. Wow, drifted towards that pit wall. Not an easy feeling. I believe he gets it down to speed just in time, though. He's able to hit pit road. He's doing it okay. Wow. What's going on, Diana? You want to talk about a crazy pit road entry? That's as crazy as it gets, chat. All right, so Chuck Sweeting's hanging on to 4th position. These tires seem to balance out a little bit. Wow, the 15. Wow. He misses pit road entirely. Almost takes out your top 5. Your 4th place driver, 3rd place driver at the time. Let's come back and watch that. How crazy was that? He locks it up. He's trying to get down pit road, and he just misses it. He's going to try it again here, a second attempt for the 15 truck. He's going to make it this time, but he'd lose a ton of ground. Crazy things going out here on the track. I can't even put it into words fast enough for what's happening out here. 28, Chad Meadows in 2nd position. Chuck Sweeting 3rd. Brian Beecher leader right now. These guys starting to cycle some green flag pit stops. We've got Michael McCauley down pit road, maybe just coming off. He's back out on the track. Maybe not. He might have been letting some guys by. We've got the 18 of Brian Beach misses pit road. Your race leader. He's going to miss it. This is a tough pit road to get down, chat. Brian Beach is going to lose a ton of time here. Chad Meadows probably going to pit here. He needs to get on the brakes, get on the brakes. He misses it. The 51 hits the pit wall. Let's go back and watch that. The 51 of Troy Cook hits the pit wall. This is a tough pit road, chat. He hits the outer bank of it. Rips the whole right side off that machine. Ton of time lost here. Or Bradley on his lid. He misses pit road. What is going on here? Chuck Sweeting swerves to avoid him. Oh, the 86 of John Sanu hits him. These guys are having such a hard time getting down pit road right now. We got to take that from a different angle. Oh, the 43 was coming down pit road. He missed it. The 86 of Sanu hits him. 24 misses pit road. The 3 truck, the 70, barely sneaking by. Utter chaos on pit road trying to get into their stalls. What is going on here, chat? It's a catastrophe on pit road. Brian Beach back out there to the lead, though. Yeah, that's a tough pit road. It really is. It wraps around about the middle of 3 and 4, and you got to start braking probably at the entry of 3 to get down there low enough. to enter pit road. It's a tough one. So Chad Meadows, Brian Beach, they come back out of pit road. They did not take tires. They took fuel only on this stop. Raymond Mills will be in the third position, the first car with tires, and then you have Chuck Sweeting trying to chase him down. We stayed green through all those pit stops. We had a car on its lid. Look at the racing going on in front of Chuck Sweeting. Vern Bradley flipping over there in front of pit road. Hal Amy, Burt Wilson had to check up. They lost a ton of time. Now being scored one lap down. Burt Wilson a little bit ahead, but the Fun Dip Sour machine. That is a wicked paint job. Look at that. Let's get a close-up on that thing. That is beautiful. I tell you what, chat, I want to start it right here. I think driver of the day just for that paint scheme. That is a wicked paint job. All right, back up here to Brian Beach. The 70 Burt Wilson trying to get his lap back. I believe he's going to. He's got fresher tires than the 18, so he will catch up to him. But man, with these pit road entries, everything getting crazy. DMS in the chat. Hey, how you doing? We've had some crazy racing here at lap 75. We'll go back to those green flag pit stops. A lot of guys struggling to get on pit road, making massive mistakes, mental errors that just cost you a season at chase time. Raymond Mills getting raced side by side right now with the 24. Or Raymond Herdina. I apologize. Chuck Sweeting has not caught the 15, so he's still pegged in that third spot. And we've got another driver that's had a tough break here. Richard Holland back to 18th, a lap down. Not sure what happened to him. I'm going to chalk it up to pit road here, chat. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to chalk it up to pit road. Some of these guys praying for a caution right now. There's your points leader right now in the 7th position. Started in 2nd. Waiting for these tires to even out on all these cycles. Trying to catch up to the 54, a German. Corey Cook, a name that's been in and out of the league here all season long, running an ace spot. Matt Egan, who I just want to establish, Matt said something about if I'm a lap down and I reach a point in this race where I feel like I'm not going to finish well, I'll be up there in the broadcast booth. Apparently he didn't want to do that. He's inside the top 10 right now in 9th spot. And then we go back to Glenn Jamieson in 10th. They're all over the place. Side by side now. Dustin German, Rick Fagone. This is for 6th position. Quick pass there for the 10 machine. Down to the bottom. He's got Christopher Spencer in front of him, though, to chase down. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'll let you guys in on a little secret, not to self-promote or anything, but Raymond Mills up, or Raymond Herdina. Why do I keep calling him Raymond Mills? I don't know where that comes from, but it keeps happening tonight. Raymond Herdina up to the 1st spot. We've got the 18 on pit road, I think. He's back to 3rd. He might have hit the wall. Let's look at the right side of this machine. See if we can get a camera angle on that right side. just not a good camera angle here at Dover. I feel like this is going to be the one. Nope. Can't get that right side. It's elusive. So a little secret. It's such a small track. It really is, Denise. Because it's so small, the pit entrance has to be further back. The front stretch isn't very long. Wow. Brian Beach, he's going to fall back. He's got the 5th place driver right here, Rick Fagone, and the 11th car of Christopher Spencer going up to the top 3 now. I told you these tires were going to even out. Here it goes. Chuck Sweeting to the lead. He's trying to run away with it. Al Amy says good luck. Out of the race tonight for the 3. We've got 4 drivers out of the race tonight. James Lee, Craig Learman, Todd Cleveland included. Al Amy, if you'd like to come up here in the broadcast booth, my guy, hang out with us, I'm all for it. Come up there in the staging room, or I think you can access the broadcast booth. It's entirely up to you. All right, so here he is right here. Started on the pole, led 44 laps. He gets the lead back at lap 84. And he's ticking him off. Not a good idea. It was tough, man. It was tough getting on pit road, Hal. I saw what happened there with the car upside down there on the entrance of pit road. You were up there in the top 5. Good race tonight, man. Sorry it didn't work out your way. I know that you guys prepare a lot. And all these guys, everyone out here on the track, they put time and effort into every single one of these races. They come in and practice in private sessions. They put the time in to try to come out here and perform as best as they can. And the performance, nonetheless. Everybody out here in the chat, we appreciate you. You guys have been through it all season long. But kudos to these drivers for the preparation that it takes to get it done here at WFO. Such a competitive league. Chuck Sweeting, Christopher Spencer, Rick Fagone, your top 3. There's the 11. Pulling away from Rick Fagone a little bit at a time. Trying to chase down that 75. He's got Vern Bradley, and he tags the wall in the entry. Everybody tagging the wall. That was horrible, James Lee says. I tell you what's horrible. That pit road entry. That looked like it was a dinger, man. We had a lot of trucks get turned over on that. Sweeting catching up to lap traffic here. He's going to navigate around John T. Wimbish, who goes up high, politely lets him by. Now he's got Dakota Floyd there in the 24, running in the 14th position. That'll be the next truck to go 1 lap down. Got a little racing going on here. Matt Egan sneaking up to the 8th spot. DMS, do I still have you in chat? I wanted you to let everybody know on a little secret. Before this race, I did stream on... I stream on Twitch. You guys are aware of that. I recently introduced a beer bong into my stream. And it's called a Freedom Funnel. It's an American Eagle with American flags all over the sides of it. And I tell you what. When you put it up there and you ask people, okay, $7 to make me drink out of this beer bong. You don't want to do that. We're going to have to find a happy medium for that. That's just too much alcohol in too short of a span of time. That's too quick. So I'm coming in here to this broadcast tonight. Chuck Sweeting getting around the 51 of Troy Cook to put him a lap down. 13th position now. And the 21 of Springer going down pit road. He looks like he got on there okay this time. No hardship for the 21. Yeah, that pit road entry, man, that was tough. And it wasn't just you, James. It was multiple cars. We had the 86 of Sanu had problems. The 14, Vern Bradley had problems. Several guys. Dakota Floyd. The 18 of Brian Beach, your race leader at one point, had problems down pit road. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. All right, we're coming up on lap 98 as the 75 of Sweeting comes off of turn 4. And he's led a lot of them tonight. 54 laps led. He's on the pole. He's put it back up in first place, trying to get around John Sanu in that 86, who we talked to in the pre-race. We talked to all these guys in the pre-race. And there's the previous leader coming down pit road. There's the 18 of Brian Beach. He's missed pit road again. Brian Beach is going to come down here and lock it completely up and miss it entirely. He's driving slow as he can to get into that pit wall, but it is tucked so tight to the inside, and he's going to back it up. That's going to lose him so much time. I don't know if it lost him less time than it would to take the drive back around this place. Man, oh man, did he lose a ton of time. Unfortunate for the 18. He was leading. He was up front. He was having a great race in the Baja Blast Machine down pit road. Oh, man. See what I mean? See what I mean, James? It's not just you, man. A lot of guys have been struggling here tonight. I tell you how I struggle. Right there. That's how we're going to handle that. 70 of Burt Wilson down pit road now. As I pour beer. And I tell you what, I poured that one perfectly. I poured that one perfectly. Nice little crown on the top. Guys coming off pit road. Matt Egan coming out. The 28 machine of Chad Meadows coming out as well. Don't miss a thing, chat. We don't miss a thing. 54, Dustin German. He's still in 8th, but he's coming out. He's going to be outside the top 10. A lot of these guys going a lap down here. Chuck Sweeting probably going to bring it down pit road. Seems like they're on a 35 to 36 lap stint. Here he comes down now. Rick Fagone in second position. Is he going to stay out one more lap? 75 able to make it down. Perfect pit road entry for the 10. That's what you got to do right there. Corey Cook's smoking the tires coming into pit road. He's going to come in third. Sweeting going to hit that stall. He's got the number 1 pit stall. We're going into his pit box in the second stall. Down and away for the 75. Some cars hitting the wall, almost 3 wide there in the entry of 1, as you saw. A lot of racing going on around this track right now. Guys trying to get their laps back. Sweeting, German, Christopher Spencer still out there on the track. They've kind of short pitted a little bit here. And then just inside your top 5 for the 10 of Rick Fagone. Sweeting's going to be your leader. Maybe German, I don't know. Nope, it's going to be Sweeting. Sweeting got on and off pit road perfectly. That's a tall order here. Lap 105 out of 165. If you guys are enjoying what you're watching right now, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the share button. Most of all, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Share this broadcast with everyone you know. And if you haven't yet, cast your vote for your favorite driver. Hashtag the driver number in the chat for driver of the day. We'll get a post-race interview. I'll tell you what, 31 of Richard Holland back here in the 16th position. Last week's winner driver of the day. It looks like he's struggling a little bit here. He's trying to get around Dakota Floyd. Is 1 lap down. It's going to be a tough break here for Richard Holland. Got another guy that's had a tough break, John Sanu. He started up there towards the front. He was running up there in the top 5 at one point, and then tagged the outside wall. Started 3rd, back in 13th, 1 lap down. He will be the lucky dog, though, as it all shakes out, if we have a caution. So, WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. Chuck Sweeting, your leader right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to get my voice back, and we'll be right back right after this. Brisket, not meth. Oh, God. I got your back, man. I got your back. Just kidding. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
We're coming back to you live, Dover Motor Speedway. Caution's going to come out for the 4th time tonight. Matt Egan gets tagged by the 28 machine. That's going to bring the caution out on the backstretch. We'll go back and look at it one more time. 28, Chad Meadows down to the inside, and the exit of 2 just barely tags him down the backstretch, sends the 0-2 down to the inside wall. He goes 90 degrees in the middle of the backstretch. Great job by the 70 to miss that, Burt Wilson. But we're back here live. 0-2 at Matt Egan. I don't know if you're going to hop in with us here in the Discord. It looks like he got a fast repair left. So he's able to get down and away. Lucky for him. All right, chat. So here we go. Chuck Sweeting, your leader. Some of these guys are going to get back on the lead lap, maybe with a wave around. I'm not sure. We'll see. Brian Beach is going to pull it down pit road, and he's going to be probably, well, John Sanu's going to take some fuel. It's going to be Chuck Sweeting, Dustin German, Christopher Spencer, and Rick Fagone. Corey Cook, your top 5. A lot of things going on here, and this is going to shake up the field with less than 50 to go. When we take this restart, you know these guys have that extra set of tires. Some of these guys have been saving that extra set all race long. Going to shake some things up. You got guys up there in the top 5 that have not been able to seal the deal all season long. Is it going to be possible here tonight? We roll around here at Dover. A lot of laps left to go. Just want to reminiscent on we took a commercial break and literally had to burn it down with fire as soon as we got back. We didn't even do it properly. We came back and there was a yellow. Talk about timing, chat. Impeccable. I've always, one thing in my life that I've never been good at was timing. I thought, well, these guys have spread out enough. We got our green flag pit stops down and away. I think we're good to go. And then we had a caution. Bringing out a yellow. So caution number 4. Bring up the summary here. I've kept track of it mentally. I didn't even look at the stats for that. 7 lead changes here tonight. 51 laps remaining. We're going to take the green with 50 to go. Chuck Sweeting, Dustin German, Christopher Spencer, Rick Fagone, and Corey Cook, your top 5. Glenn Jamison, Burt Wilson, Matt Egan, John T. Wimbish, Troy Cook, your top 10. So here we go. Pace truck getting ready to pull off down this backstretch. Got the Burt Wilson up there in the top 10. Look at that. The fun dip machine. I like it. Let's see what these guys have in store for us for the remaining 50 laps as we take the green. Tucking in real tight there for the 54. He wants to know when that 75 goes. Geico restart zone really close here. And here we go. Green flag back out, down and away for Chuck Sweeting. A lot of racing down this backstretch, side by side. 51 tags the wall. Burt Wilson able to get down to the inside. He's going to nab away that 6th spot, or that 7th position. A lot of racing left to be done, though. Just outside the top 10, we've got the 15 of Raymond Herdina running side by side with Dakota Floyd. A car down on the apron. That's the 28 of Chad Meadows. He's going to lose a ton of time. 31 of Richard Holland in the 14th position. Still 1 lap down. Now he's got the 15 to the outside. Vern Bradley, Brian Beach. This group right here in 13th back. Brian Beach, you struggled to get on and off pit road there a little bit ago. Looks like he's trying to gain those positions back. Go up here into your top 5. Corey Cook, Christopher Spencer. Let's see what this race is going to brew up to. Troy Cook getting by on the inside of John T. Wimbish. This is for the 9th or 8th position now. Dakota Floyd for 9th now, behind them. Wimbish on the outside, and he's tight. Trying to be the first car a lap down. He's got to get around Dakota Floyd, and we got a car up in front of him to tag the outside wall. Sweeting pulling away from this field, though. 0.4 of a second now over German. That top 5 right on top of each other. Working their way off of turn 4. Less than 50 to go. 4 cautions here tonight. Doing a great job. I mean, it's the Monster Mile. It is what it is. These concrete tracks tearing up tires. Let's go back here. We got a battle maybe brewing up here between 2nd and 3rd spot. They were right on top of each other just for a second there. Corey Cook in that 4th spot. Taking it all the way down to the bottom. Loses a little bit on the exit there. He's trying to catch Christopher Spencer. Right up on the bumper here. Gets right up on the tail of the 11, and that's for 3rd position. Rick Vagone not too far back from that. We got to go back about half a tenth or so. I think Glenn Jamieson in 6th position. And then even further back to the fun dip machine of Burt Wilson. Still some racing going on back here. Guys fighting to be the first car a lap down in case a caution does come out. Richard Holland trying to get around the 24 of Dakota Floyd. This is for a position, 13th and 12th. What's surreal is these guys have actually raced their way up into the top 10 by position. Because if you go back here to Troy Cook, he's behind this battle in 8th spot. So based off speed, Dakota Floyd and Richard Holland are in the top 6th, 7th position. They're in the top 10. But they're battling hard for that first car a lap down. But the battle that has not tamed down at all. Corey Cook keeps peeking to the inside, and here it goes. He's so close to getting to the inside of the 11 there in 3 and 4. Chuck Sweeting kind of setting sail, though. 1.3 seconds back to 2nd position. We said it. Sweeting's starting on the pole. He's got the fresh tires. About 26 laps on his tires compared to 29 for 2nd and 3rd spot. Dustin Drummond about 3 lap older tires back here in the 2nd position. And that's really showing here as we progress through this run. 135 or 131 out of 165. You gotta expect that 3 laps on a concrete track, they're gonna make a big difference. These guys will have to pit one more time. Can anybody beat Chuck Sweeting on and off of pit road? We got some cars in the wall back here. Cars in the wall on the exit of 4. Coco USA on Twitch on the back of the machine of Corey Cook there. Guardian Esports on that machine. New paint scheme for the 61. So a little airtime for Guardian Esports. Back here in the 5th spot. Glenn Jameson having an excellent night tonight. He is falling a little bit back from this group in front of him, though. Might be saving his tires. We'll see. He's diamonding the corners a lot, similar to Chuck Sweeting. Watch how he's going through this corner on 3 and 4. Let's go into 1 and 2. Watch him go down to the bottom on the entry, and then come up high, back down to the bottom on the exit. He's trying to find where that car is going to turn. It's getting a little bit tight on him. Let's try one more time in 3 and 4. Not so much a low entry there, but definitely a low exit. And the 61 gets into the wall. Corey Cook into the wall, and that's going to open the door. Rick Fagone gets around him for the 3rd spot, and now Glenn Jamison around for 4th. We had another car pull it down pit road. I believe it's the 24 Dakota Floyd is on pit road. That's going to put Rick Fagone, and that has nothing to do with this. We had another car hit the wall. Something else happened in front of Ricky that puts him in the 2nd spot. And I believe it's the 54 German that something happened to him. He came down pit road. Okay. So he gets those fresh tires with 28 laps to go. He's on the stint here, trying to chase down Chuck Sweeting. Fagone, under fire. Glenn Jamison, back there in 3rd. Didn't leave his side. And Corey Cook's going to pull it down. Oh, he locks it up. What a save there on the entrance of pit road. Right in front of Richard Holland here. Let's go back and take a look at that. Right in front of Richard Holland. He locks it up completely sideways. Insanity. Intensity on another level. That's going to put Troy Cook in the lead right now. He's still out on the track. He's got 27 laps on these tires. Matt Egan in 2nd spot. John Sadu with 26 laps. Sweeting comes down pit road, your race leader. So here he is, in and out of his stall. Fagone just behind him. Wimbish pulling out. Down and away for the 75. You watch him pull away, and now Fagone down and away. You got to make sure those timing marks are correct. We still have plenty of time for a caution to shake this field back up. But Matt Egan, John Sanu still out there on the track. They can go about 34 laps here. 1 lap led for Matt Egan, though. And if he can put most of this field a lap down, he might be sitting pretty if a caution does come out. Fresh tires working around John Sanu right now. Dustin German in that 4th spot. Oh, car down to the inside wall. That's the 81. McCauley tags the inside wall in the exit of 2. Michael McCauley getting back out there in the 17th position. 9 laps down. No, 5 laps down. Trying to figure this out. But Matt Egan, your leader right now, with that 81 all over the place there on the exit. That thing looks like it's a handful on fresh tires. All right, Egan stretching this out. Sanu, both these guys. Bringer still out there on the track. O2 going to bury it all the way down to the bottom. Sanu getting around him on the entrance of pit road. He's going to pass for the lead as they enter the pits. He reminded Matt Egan that pit road's hard, but you got to go a little bit deeper. Dustin German, though, going to shake out, I believe, as your leader. He's got 11 laps on these tires. That's your new leader here. With 20 laps to go, can he hold off Chuck Sweeting, who's 4.2 seconds back? Is it going to work out for the 54 truck here tonight? He started in the 10th position, worked his way up to the lead here in the closing laps with 20 to go. And that 4.2 second lead is dwindling down. It's under 4 now. Go back here to Chuck Sweeting coming off of turn 2. Christopher Spencer in the 11 and 3rd. Rick Fagone. Well, we got Burt Wilson in 4th. A lot of racing going on here. This is for the 3rd spot. Fagone gets to the inside. That's going to put Wilson back to 4th, maybe 5th. And Burt Wilson comes off at turn 2 in the 5th position. Glenn Jamison close back behind there in the 6th spot. You can see up there at the top of your screen, though, the lead that's dwindling down 2.7 seconds, 17 laps to go. German has to have a perfect drive. He's got the 81 of Michael McCauley right up on the bumper here. German's just going to let the 81 go. 1.7 seconds back now. 14 laps left. Is this enough time for Chuck Sweeting to get up there and nab away this lead? You can see German right there in his frame as they go into 3. 1.5 seconds now. Lead dwindling away quickly. We're talking about a 7-lap difference in tires. That's an eternity on a concrete track. Down to 1 second now. Sweeting is cutting it away. 12 laps to go as they cross the line. Rick Fagone, side by side with the 11 of Christopher Spencer here. On the outside line. Trying everything he can to get around for 3rd spot. Almost some contact off of 4. He's going to bury it down deep into 1. Pass for the 3rd spot. Rick Fagone, Christopher Spencer. Battling hard. Trying to maintain that points lead for the 10. German's lead cut down to 0.5 of a second now. Two-tenths of a second as they exit 4. Fagone able to get around the 3rd spot. Now the pass for the lead. 9 laps left. German's going to make this truck 3 lanes wide. He's not going to give up without a fight. Down to the inside and the end of one. 75, Chuck Sweeting back to the lead here. Rick Fagone's got a lot of catching up to do, though. We're talking about 5 seconds to catch Dustin German. I don't think it's going to be enough time. Chuck Sweeting takes the lead away with 7 laps to go. German in second. Rick Fagone, their third place driver. Christopher Spencer, Glenn Jamison, your top 5. Can Jamison nab away a 4th spot? He has the ability here with 0.7 of a second. I would say he has the ability to get up there. So Gunn's got that gap between him and German down to 5 seconds now. It is shrinking quickly. We're talking about 6 laps difference. He pitted with Chuck Sweeting. 6-7 laps roughly. But your leader as they come down to 5 to go. They knew he was going to be tough to beat. He come out here on the pole. He's led 99 laps out of 165 here tonight. He's just about to get it done and wrap this thing up. Unless something crazy happens with a caution. $75. Coming up on 3 to go. Sweeting. Excellent drive all race long. Post-race interviews, make sure you guys cast your votes in the chat for driver of the day. Hashtag your favorite driver. Cut off on the checkered flag. Votes going out to the 10 of Rick Fagone. I was right on cue, wasn't I, Diana? 2 laps left. Chuck Sweeting down to the bottom. Dustin German losing a ton of ground there for a second or two, but he's actually maintained this. He started driving that line. White flag is out here. $75, got to do it one more time. Sweeting down to the bottom. He's going to take it nice and easy in 1 and 2. Exit 1 and 2 nicely off the exit of 2. No tag with the wall. Down to the bottom in 3 and 4. Late apex in 4, and that's going to do it here for the 75. Chuck Sweeting going to get the victory here tonight. Dover Motor Speedway. Chuck Sweeting, your winner. Dustin German in 2nd spot, and then Rick Fagone going to bring it home in 3rd. Excellent drive by all these guys. Caution's getting the shake-ups. Christopher Spencer in 4th and Glenn Jamison in 5th. That's your top 5. Great job by all these guys, but your race winner going to burn it down here. Congratulations. Chuck Sweeting on the win here tonight. He's going to bounce it off the wall. Led 104 laps, started on the pole, and did a great job. All right, so hashtag, we've got a 10, we've got a 51, we've got 4 votes for the 10. Post-race interviews coming up with your top 3 and driver of the day. Chuck Sweeting getting it done here tonight. We'll go through those final race results. Chuck Sweeting bringing it home. Dustin German, that early pit. Tried a short pit. It almost worked. It almost worked. Maybe 3 laps too soon. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But here we go through your top 5. Rick Fagone, Christopher Spencer, Glenn Jameson. Then we've got your top 10, Troy Cook, Corey Cook, Burt Wilson, Matt Egan coming home in 9th, and John T. Wimbish going to round out your top 10. Richard Holland started 4th tonight. Tough break for him. He's going to finish a lap down in 11th. Brian Beach in 12th. Dakota Floyd, John Sanu, Richard Springer, Vern Bradley, Michael McCauley, Richard Herdina, Chad Meadows, Hal Amy, your top 20. Rounding out your field, James Lee, Craig Learman, and Todd Cleveland. 4 or 5 of those cars out of the race tonight. Well, let's go back to those last few laps. Well, looks like we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Nope, we'll get back to it. Post-race interviews with your top 3 right after this, chat. Brisket, not meth. Oh, God. I got your back, man. I got your back. Just kidding. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, we're catching up with your first place finisher, Chuck Sweeting. Started on the pole here tonight, and he's able to chase down Dustin German there right at the end of the race. He short pitted you a little bit, but it wasn't enough. That gap just shrunk so quickly. You got it done here tonight, Chuck.
Yeah, I knew I was going to have to do a little work there at the end, but I was afraid to pit too early and then a caution come out and get a lap down or something and have to take a wave around. So I tried to split it and was able to run him down there at the end. I'm sure he was pushing hard, but these things were tight and easy to wear out the tires on it. So yeah, good race overall. I'm not sure what happened to Richard. That was going to be pretty tight between me and him, but just a good night.
Well, I accidentally brought my camera up there for just a second. I was trying to get Discord to work again. Okay, so we're going through this race. We had 4 cautions there, and like the early stages of the race, 3 cautions within the first 50 laps. What was going through your mind, because you elected not to pit in the first 2 cautions and you stayed out? Did that help you later on in the race, saving those tires?
No, not really, because we got you needed to go about 33 laps on a fuel run, and then we had those early cautions, and I thought, okay, great, I can save some fuel and then not have to worry about it later. And then we got another caution on about lap 30, which meant I was going to have to stretch it for the rest of the race. And so yeah, it kind of, they didn't really fall in the right way.
No, the cautions never do, man. That's just the way it settles. But I tell you what, great job here tonight. I tell you what, saving that extra set, you know what I mean? That's what it came down to, I think, was just having that extra set. Some of these guys elected to pit early and take that set of tires. You watched Brian Beach run away there for a little while. Did that kind of like upset your mind? Like what's going to happen?
Well, it makes you wonder a little bit how it's going to work out. At some point in the race, you're going to have a tire advantage over him, but you don't know. Like you were just saying, you don't know how the cautions are going to fall and how the race is going to play out. But I wanted to get that extra set of tires or extra run on the tires done early, and then I figured I'd have the rest of the race to work it out if I got behind or something. But fortunately, I didn't get too far behind.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight, and you got it done here at the Monster Mile. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's victory?
Just everybody with the league, and of course Amy Contracting for supporting the league, and um, yeah, just all the drivers for racing with respect. And it's a really good league and good talented drivers and respectful drivers, and I'm thankful for that. Anytime I can get in a race with guys like that. So yeah, we'll take this one and then move on to the playoffs there.
Well, congratulations, Chuck, and we look forward to talking to you maybe tomorrow night up here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We'll see how it goes.
All right, your race winner, Chuck Sweeting, getting it done from the pole, and there he is, 75, going to bring it home in first place. We've got your second place driver, Dustin German, and we're going to pull him up. We've caught up with him on pit road, and Dustin, man, you short pitted just a little bit, maybe a little bit too early. I don't know, man. It's just hard to see because of these cautions and the way everything fell through, but you were able to lead some laps there towards the end. You got a lot of racing there. It was tough to call.
Yeah, Chuck was fast, man. I could tell from the beginning. Once I got close to him, there really wasn't nothing I could do with him after halfway through the run. I was just trying to do something different. I didn't know where the caution might fall on that last run. When we should pit. So I was like, well, if I pit early, I can get a jump on everybody, and if it goes green, then I should be in a good position. And I was, but I think I just ran it too hard. I might have pitted a few laps too early and ran it too hard on that coming up to speed and just trying to get a big gap between me and Chuck. So maybe he would burn his stuff up trying to catch me, but he still caught me, man. He was driving that thing tonight.
Well, we looked at pit road, the pit road entry, very tough to get on and off pit road tonight. Do you think that was a difference maker to get this top three?
Yeah, I was pushing it pretty hard getting on and getting off speed, and like I was pushing the speed there, trying to get as much as I could, and I was glad I didn't get popped. There was a few times I was wondering if I would.
Well, them barrels, man, they hurt. I tell you what, we got a few guys that got the short end of the stick there tonight. But hey, man, you come out here, you short pit, you try to do some strategy. Sometimes it takes those kinds of calls to win a championship.
Yeah, yeah. I just knew that Chuck would be hard to beat. Either way, I just had to throw something different at. I couldn't just do the same thing he was doing and just ride behind him. I needed to have a chance, so I went for it. I've been trying to get a win over here. I've came close many times. It's always come down to these good races. Green to the end. I love it. Congratulations to Chuck, man. He deserves it. He drove a hell of a race.
Well, congratulations to you on the second place finish. Shout him out if you got him.
Yeah, just a shout out to my wife and everybody at home. Shout out to my team, Smoke Show Racing, SRTV on the hood, and all my teammates that was here tonight. We had a little bit of attrition. I got a teammate to finish just outside the top three there in fourth. That's Chris Spencer. And just appreciate the host tonight, the league, and you broadcasting, man. It was fun.
Well, I'm glad that you thanked us, and I'm glad that you're a part of this league. And we look forward to maybe another post-race broadcast interview with you tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Second place finisher, Dustin German. And then we're going to pull one more guy up here. Your driver of the day, Rick Fagone, going to finish third here tonight. We've caught up with him on pit road. Ricky, I tell you what, man, you started outside the pole, and wow, these cautions, it just cycled through so weird with how everything played out. But you're able to get it back into the top three. What's going in through your mind when that third, fourth caution comes out?
I don't know. You were just discussing this. I'm not sure where everybody was on the track. It seemed like they had some lap cars in between. I really had no idea where I was compared to the leader or anybody else that was up front. But I know, like you were saying, I after that first pit stop for a few laps, I was hoping I could take advantage of it, but it put me behind in the strategy, and it basically took the whole race to get back up there. It was real hard to pass and make the move stick on the bottom when you're racing somebody basically lapping the same times you are. So it was real difficult to pass here tonight unless somebody rolled over and let you have it or they made a mistake. But yeah, it was one of them deals, Brad, where I didn't know about the strategy was going to screw the pooch, so to speak, right off the bat, 10 laps in. So, I mean, I'm tickled with third. I'll take that any day.
Well, and we're talking about these strategies. A lot of these guys elect to pit and take the tires early. You electing not to pit, I mean, you never know how that's going to shake out.
Well, my mentality was thinking if we got a late race caution, I'd have them by a few laps. But they obviously looking at the lap times, they jumped out to a considerable lead, and there's no way isn't near enough time to run them back down. So I don't know. Like I said, Chuck was fast. Dustin was fast. Christopher was fast. Glenn's right up there in the middle of it, and it was a good race for Dover. Really good race. Usually it's a caution-filled wreck fest, and it seemed like what do we have? 2 cautions or 3?
We had 4. We had 4.
It was 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no,
That's still
but
pretty good.
I mean, what single car cautions? We really didn't have like that massive wreck like we usually do on the backstretch.
No, certainly overdrive the corner, hit the wall, and then shoot back across the tracks. And there's nowhere to go when that happens. Somebody's following it. They could be already on the brake before it even happens, and they still get caught up in it. So
yeah, we were just
no big massive wrecks. That's a good thing, I guess. Keep everybody happy, I suppose.
We talk about the tunnel turn, but it really is a tunnel coming off of the exit of 2 because the infield is built up high. You have no runoff for any cars to run off the track and go down low. They bounce off that inside wall and come right back on the surface. So
Nope. Banking, pointing down as much as it is on the back stretch or the front stretch. It just clears the track. Everything goes left, and then once in a while, iRacing's glitch will have somebody hit the inside wall and then just pinball back and forth across the track. So I'm glad that didn't happen to anybody.
Yeah.
If it did, that sucks.
Well, congratulations on third place tonight. And you got some shout outs in chat. We got Rick, great race. We've got votes for you, and you know what that means.
Really? No kidding. Well, that's
No
good.
kidding.
I want to thank the folks at home watching. Appreciate the votes there. I didn't know what maybe we'd had a shot at it, but I never really did put it in a position to have a shot at it. So third place is a solid finish, and I'll take that to the bank. But I want to thank my teammates, you, Brad, Richard, Cody, Hal, Troy, and we had an honorary guest member tonight, Corey Cook. So yeah, I want to thank them and give a shout out to Christopher Spencer too. We had a good battle coming down to the end of it, and we made contact once or twice. And I was telling him it was quite a chore to keep that sucker down there, not drive him straight up into the wall. But I wanted to try to do it as best as I could. Hopefully we got to see it on the replay there a little bit. I hope I didn't move him up the track too much. But
yeah,
good run. Thank you for doing the broadcast. I enjoy watching them. Thank the fans. Thank everybody.
Ricky, you get the format, man. You get the format. You already knew where I was segueing on the shout outs, so you just beat me to it. But
Yeah.
Hey, congrats on the third place finish, and congrats on driver of the day. And we did capture it in the replay. There was some crazy stuff happening back in that top 10 about midway through this race too. So we got to capture on that.
That was another thing I was real concerned about, was having somebody come in short picture and then sneak up on you behind you, not see him. I think it was Brian Beach. He come around the corner. I never saw him in the straightaway, and then the next time we went around the same corner, he was blowing the doors off me. I was like, holy shit, I didn't even see him.
Yep. And there's some guys that missed pit road tonight too, and yeah, talk about not seeing some guys. There was a truck on its lid.
I figured pit road would have been the Achilles heel for some people, but I know I killed it every time and still wasn't quite enough to get up there and battle for the win. But congratulate Chuck on the W.
Well, congratulations on your third place, Ricky, and we look forward to tomorrow night, WFO Wicked Wednesday Xfinity.
Yeah, 10-4. I don't know where we're racing, but I know this is the lowest in the points I've been. Hopefully I can
I hope it's Dover. I
break
really
out
hope
of
it's
this
Dover.
losing streak I've been in. I'm hungry for a W. And Homestead's a good chance to maybe pull something off. But we'll see.
All right. Well, good luck, man, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.
All righty, sir. Have a good night.
You too. All right, third place driver Rick Fagone. We placed him back down there in the staging room. Anybody out there? If you're a part of this broadcast, I'm trying to get my music to work. I don't know what's going on right now. There we go. We've had a lot of button issues here. I've got a stream deck now. I don't know how this works. I've had my camera accidentally show up tonight. A lot of things, a lot of buttons. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this broadcast, if you're proud to be part of WFO, which I am, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the follow button. All the buttons. Hit all the buttons. Thumbs up. Everything you've got. Throw it at it. Until then, tomorrow night, Wicked Wednesday Xfinity Series is going to go live again, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you guys can be a part of it. Anytime, Hal. Anytime. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast tonight. Race winner, Chuck Sweeting, able to get it done. He led 104 laps. He started on the pole. He finished on the pole. Gets around Dustin German there towards the end. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We will see you tomorrow night. Until then, take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits at Texas. To the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3-truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
From the drop of the green flag. To green flag pit stops. It's in their DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. Laying down an entire season. Pushing the limits. We're made for it. Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jameson's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 cars going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron, 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helmlinger and Glenn Jameson neck and neck. We got a push on the inside, push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line, and the 10. Oh, the Garrett Helmlinger, I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger. Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
but man, Pagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Pagone's going to bring it off the bottom. Out of turn 4, can he hold him off to the start-finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.
Good win.
Redemption!